Hey guys, so time to tell you about the different pre-workouts I've tried over the last 30 days. There are 8 of them, and I just wanted to give you a rundown of what might be worth your money. I don't really know what these cost actually, so this is just a total unbiased opinion. These are all pre-workouts that I've never tried before this last month. So let's get right to it. I've tried a lot of pre-workouts, so I know how a lot of them make me feel. And we're gonna go ahead and start with probably one of the most unique ones I thought was really interesting. I got this at FitCon about a month ago. This is called Buzz Bomb. This one is really unique because a pack, at least the sample pack, comes with 4 little packets this size inside. And so you're thinking, okay, do I mix this with water? But you actually dump it. Dump the powder under your tongue. And each of these packets, one of these packs comes with 4 different flavors. So 4 little packets of just 50 milligrams of caffeine. Now, when I first heard that, I thought 50 milligrams of caffeine, that's like a can of Mountain Dew. That can't do much for you. But actually, I was wrong. They're really good flavors, by the way. They taste amazing. They're pretty sour, but it's like a really good sour.
It's delicious.
When you dump it under your tongue, the way they've engineered it, your bloodstream does absorb all of the caffeine at once, versus some of these other pre-workouts that just kind of take a little bit longer for you to feel the hit. So this pre-workout, for me, it took 1 minute and 10 seconds. I timed myself. And getting all 50 milligrams of energy at once was a bigger hit of energy than I expected, and I've taken it a couple times now, and I had a lot of energy. I brought a couple little packets to the gym, thinking I would maybe halfway through my workout take another one. I never even touched any more. I worked out for about 1 hour and 10 minutes. I had energy the whole time. I even had a little energy left over. So I really like those. Once again, it's called Buzz Bomb. And I don't know how much they cost, but I really like it. It doesn't have like any of the other ingredients that normal pre-workouts have, like beta-alanine, citrulline, L-tyrosine, B vitamins. It's got nothing. It's just caffeine. So pretty interesting. I think it's definitely something that I don't know if a lot of beginners would like trying it. I imagine they would, but I've been having pre-workouts for years, for over a decade, regularly, and it gave me a pretty good boost of energy. So that's a good one. Let's go ahead and talk about this next one, Jocko. Now, this one was pretty good. Gave me a lot of energy, and I've tried a lot of pre-workouts. Still gave me really good energy. Contains 6 grams of citrulline, 200 milligrams of caffeine, 3.2 grams of beta-alanine, so pretty standard dose. Same goes for the citrulline. That's a pretty healthy amount, 6 grams. I like that. The flavors are a little tart. Whoa! I did try 3 different flavors. The blue raspberry was the best. It's probably not one of those that I would enjoy taking every day, just based on the flavor, even though flavor is not the end of the world. They were good enough to drink. They were pretty good, but a little bit on the tart side, but gave me lots of good energy. It still has other vitamins and electrolytes actually. So that was a pretty good one. Next one I'll talk about. Now this one, I included it in here because it's an energy supplement. I don't even know how to say it. It's a Young Living fruit puree seed oil energy supplement. It's only 2 fluid ounces. Ningshia, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm actually not sure. I probably should have looked that up before I started. But basically, it's made by Young Living. They specialize in essential oils, and it says energize, fortify, revitalize. So I may have just kind of misunderstood the supplement. I imagine it's something that you would take during the day to give you some energy, something like that. I took it before a workout one day. I got a couple of those. I got a couple free samples at the FitCon event, and didn't really give me a ton of energy. pretty tart. It is not something I would drink very often, but I got a little bit, to be honest, I got a little bit dizzy taking it. I don't know if I'd really say dizzy, but kind of my head was swirling a little bit. I felt like maybe I had some tingles of energy, but it didn't make me feel great. And I may just have to kind of read up on it a little more to figure out the best times a day to take it, the best, if you're supposed to eat it on, take it on a full stomach. You never know. Didn't make me feel bad, I wouldn't say that, but it's a wolfberry supplement, it says, essential oil infused. So we'll go ahead and move on to, let's go ahead and move on to the crack supplement. Now, I already ate, or I already took the pre-workout from the sample packet, so I actually forgot to keep that one. But here's the brand, Crack. I'll put a little picture of it here on the screen. It is their natural pre-workout supplement, which was absolutely mind-blowing. Probably the single biggest hit of energy I've ever had in my life. I would go as far as to say it was too much. And I think even myself, who has a pretty high tolerance to all the pre-workouts I've taken for years, it was way too much energy. It did contain 300 milligrams of caffeine, as well as 4 grams of beta-alanine, which is a bit strange. I've never seen any pre-workout contain higher than a regular dose of 3.2 grams. So it was 4 or maybe 4.5 grams, I believe. It was more than 3.2, so that gives you those tingles. It did have a good amount of citrulline. I believe it had about 6 grams of citrulline. You'll have to look that up. It gave me 2.5 hours of energy. 2.5. I don't have that kind of time in the day to be at the gym. So I usually have about an hour 10, hour 15 minutes in the morning before work. And for the next hour to an hour and a half after the workout, I had to do a lot more to work off the energy. When I got home from the gym, kind of getting ready for work, I thought there is no way I'm going to work like this. So I got down. I probably did at least 100 push-ups in different sets, probably at least 100 squats, did some curls. I just did a bunch of random stuff to try to work off the energy because it was too much. And I think anyone who hasn't tried it should probably try half of a serving, maybe 3/4 of a serving if you're looking for a lot of energy. Tasted pretty good. I remember it tasting pretty good. Only tried it once, but it's a lot. So prepare yourself. Like I said, it was the natural one, so I believe they didn't have like the artificial colors and sweeteners and stuff. Their website, it shows which ones are natural and which ones aren't. So that was the unique thing about the Crack one. This next one is called Total War. Now I've tried this one on and off. It's made by Redcon, pretty good brand. I will say they have a lot of good flavors. They have an endless amount of flavors to choose from, and they all taste amazing.
Well, that is delicious.
The interesting thing about the flavors, though, this powder, is you don't ever want to breathe it in. The second you take off the lid, or you're gonna scoop the powder into a cup to mix with water, you will start coughing. So you better hold your breath or look away or something. The powder is just gonna induce coughing. It's very strong, but I have bought it multiple times. It doesn't bother me. I'm to the point where I'll just kind of hold my breath as I mix it. It's got a pretty healthy dose of ingredients: 6 grams of citrulline, 3.2 grams of beta-alanine, a little bit of agmatine sulfate, taurine, caffeine, 250 milligrams. But then there's an alternate source of caffeine, which gives you an extra 70 milligrams. So technically 320 milligrams total. I believe the 70 milligrams is probably time released, where you kind of feel it later. But I rarely, it's got theobromine too. It's got a couple other random things. I rarely ever take a full scoop of this. This is also, it's pretty high stimulant. And so If you haven't tried it before, I would say don't take a full scoop, because it's a big hit. I usually take about 3/4 of a scoop. It's a lot of caffeine. Gives you a lot of energy though. I still feel it every time I take it. I've tried several flavors of Total War. It's a good brand. It's not that expensive either from when I bought it. So that's a good one. The next two, they're two different pre-workouts from Black Label. And I had never tried this brand before. So this is what they look like. They have a non-stim or stim-free pre-workout. So the interesting thing, that's this one right here. They have really good flavors, so all of them taste amazing. This sour apple tasted amazing. This one was a hibiscus lemonade. I think that's the other one I tried. I tried a couple. And the stim-free, believe it or not, only has adenosine. And it's got 5 grams of creatine, which doesn't give you immediate energy. It's good that it has creatine, but as far as pre-workouts go, adenosine, that's what you got. Peak ATP branded adenosine. So I was a little skeptical. I thought, how much of a pump am I gonna get from this? There's not even citrulline or L-tyrosine or anything. I think that's part of it being stim-free. They didn't want any of those things that will give you the tingles or something. I actually felt really good. I felt noticeable energy taking the stim-free pre-workout. I have not tried a lot of stim-free pre-workouts. I've only tried a couple and they never really did a lot for me. This one was actually pretty good and it tasted really good. So that's definitely something to consider. Their regular pre-workout, they call it their pre-game sport pre-workout, does have 1 gram of L-tyrosine, 3 grams of citrulline, 150 milligrams of caffeine, and alpha GPC, 150 milligrams. It's got a few things in here. I thought it was pretty good. I felt a good amount of energy. Like I said, the flavor was really good. That's pretty important to me. Sour apple. I don't think I'd ever had a sour apple pre-workout, and it was really good. So that's a good brand to try. I think the only one left, probably the best one, as far as well-rounded and just overall energy, is Solo. Now, I bought this pack. This is kind of the normal pack that you would buy, which has 12 individual servings in here. And you mix with about 10 to 12 ounces of water, so a little bit more water than you would with some of these others that you can take with about 6 ounces or 8 ounces of water. So a little bit bigger of a shake, and it's a protein shake and a pre-workout and electrolytes. It's got all of it in one. It's extremely unique. I don't know of any other brand that's doing this. So it's got collagen, it's got a whole serving of creatine, 5 grams, 150 milligrams of caffeine, coenzyme Q10, 33 grams of protein. That is a pretty healthy dose of protein. It's got a bunch of electrolytes. It's got other stuff too, like it's still got 4 grams of citrulline. It's got 3 grams of beta-alanine, L-theanine. So there's a couple things I'll say about this one. So I have never been one to drink a protein shake before a workout. I'll usually eat half of a protein bar in the morning because I have to have something in my stomach to work out at 6 a.m. So this was a little bit new for me to have 33 grams of protein in me, especially in liquid form before the gym. While I was at the gym, I kind of felt like I had a small meal or a snack in me, but it wasn't anything that hindered me being able to run. I run at the end of pretty much every workout. I do at least like a mile or half a mile. Still felt really good running. It gave me tons of energy. There are pre-workouts that have twice as much caffeine, twice as much citrulline. This felt like those. I had energy, I'd say for probably about a half hour after my workout ended. I still had energy. I probably could have worked out for an hour 45, maybe 2 hours tops, and used, the full amount of energy in this pre-workout. So amazing. The other conveniences of it is you obviously don't have to take your extra supplements. So I normally get home from the gym. I will mix 1 little serving of creatine into my protein shake. and I'll put a bunch of stuff in my protein shake. I have a pretty big shake, but I've already had my protein for the morning in this solo pre-workout. So I get home from the gym, I'm not gonna go for another protein shake. I mean, what matters is that you have your daily allotted amount of protein. So I just jumped straight in the shower, started getting ready for work, and then ate a small breakfast. So it saved me time in the morning. It tastes really good. I forgot to mention, it's a peach mango flavor, which I am always such a fan of people who make things in a mango flavor. There are not enough supplements out there that are mango flavored, and props to Solo for just kicking it off with a peach mango flavor. It's a little bit of kind of like a foamy, creamy, I don't know if I'd say creamy, a foamy texture taste to it, just because it does have all that protein in there. So I would highly recommend Solo to anyone who is looking for getting into the fitness world of supplements. You know, they might be thinking, what the heck do I buy? What do I take? Do I buy creatine? Do I buy, branched chain amino? Should I buy pre-workouts? You can just buy this and you're good to go. So you get 12, isn't it 12? You get 12 packets in here. So you might think, okay, I'm only getting 12 days worth. But actually, you don't have to splurge and buy your electrolytes, your protein, your pre-workout, your caffeine, your creatine. It's all in one. So big fan of that. Definitely gonna be trying some more. My bag's almost gone. That tells you something. I've had more Solo than any of the other pre-workouts. Overall, I really enjoyed trying these. I definitely like trying different pre-workouts, so feel free to try any of these. Leave any comments if you've tried any, if any have worked for you guys. Hopefully I'll be able to try some more and let you guys know how I feel.